2 defeats the 9. David has beaten Goliath. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pool Dog Arena in Las Vegas for continuing coverage of this year's APA World Pool Championships. I'm your host, Jason Bowman, and I am joined by the Hall of Fame legend, Ava Lawrence. Ava, we've seen some outstanding competition here in Pool Dog Arena over the past few days, but today we're featuring the best of the best with the finals of the Masters Championship and $10,000 first place prize money up for grabs.
You said it, cream of the crop right here. Some of the better amateurs around the country, and I've been watching some matches, a lot of drama, a lot of close matches, and I think you're in for a treat, as always, for the Masters Championship.
Now, before we meet our finalists in the Masters Championship, let's give you a quick breakdown of some of the key rules here in this match. APA U.S. Amateur Championship rules will apply here in the Masters Championship, which means we're going to see a combination of 8-ball and 9-ball. Masters teams may consist of any combination of male and female players with a maximum of 4 players allowed on a roster. Each team will choose 3 players to compete here in the championship match. Now, there is no skill level limit in the Masters Championship, as this is a non-handicapped match, which also means no coaching is allowed. Each match will be a race to 7 with 8 games of 9-ball and 5 games of 8-ball. Now, the first team to win 2 matches will be your champions. Now let's meet our championship finalists. First, from Birmingham, Alabama, we have Alabama's finest. And from Orlando, Florida, we have Winning with Woodall. Once again, folks, they're going to be competing for $10,000 this afternoon. The players are ready to get started. Let's take you down into Pool Dog Arena for the start of this year's APA Masters Championship. All right, so we are going to see in this first match for Alabama's finest, former U.S. Amateur Champion Robert Hall. He's going to be taking on David Singleton of the Winning with Woodall team. Of course, we saw David just the other day playing in the Team Captains Championship. I believe they were the runner-up, the Golden Trio. Robert wins that lag.
A little too much respect for the speed of the table here, so they both came up kind of short in the lag. But we do have a breaker coming up.
Robert has selected to break. And I believe I saw David indicate to the referee they want to start in the 8-ball set, or he would like to start in the 8-ball set. So we will see 5 games of 8-ball before we switch over to the 9-ball portion of the match.
And that is the most common. Most players go ahead and start in the 8, a little chance to kind of warm up a little bit more. Plus, really important to try to win that last game of 8-ball to have the break going into the 9-ball portion.
Absolutely.
These guys are very capable of running racks both in 8 and 9, especially in 9-ball if they get their break working.
And again, this is a race to 7. Each individual match, a race to 7. The first team to win 2 matches will be your champions. We'll take home $10,000. Robert Hall with the break.
The table opened up nicely for him. Immediately there's a little bit of an issue here that he's going to have to deal with.
Looks like he pocketed 2 on the break, both a solid and a stripe.
So the table is open for choice here. The solid stripes looks best to me, but this is a total choice what you want to do, because if you get that 9-ball out of there right now, well, there's a little spot on the ball there. He wants to get out of there. This table has a referee throughout the whole match as opposed to in the main tournament room, where there's one referee on each side of the row of tables, and all you have to do is pick up the flag and have somebody come over. Other than that, you guys just get along, play the game.
A lot of folks been looking forward to this Masters Championship, Ava. 2 outstanding teams.
Absolutely. Had some great action up to now, but it's always a fan favorite.
Started
with the
with
Masters, that's kind of always popular for people to watch, obviously, for obvious reasons.
We started with 384 teams in this year's Masters Championship. These are your final 2. And I believe they played the semifinal match last night, right? 5 p.m. round is when so they've had a little time to settle in today.
Yeah. All right, so there goes the trouble. He found a way to get to it. Still some work to be done here with this layout. He's got to cut this one ball in the opposite corner to your right and hit that beautifully. When he gets on this 4 ball, he should be done with this rack, I would think. Yeah, he can go ahead and just force this cue ball into the rail and back out for the 7, unless he just wants to roll it down. But most of these players, they like to hit the ball firm instead of rolling it into the pocket. I think he'll go 1 rail and cross. Yeah.
Robert was the U.S. Amateur Champion back in 2001. His teammate, David Rao, U.S. Amateur Champion in 2000. So, pretty tough lineup for Alabama's finest. Not uncommon to see guys in the Masters event that we see in the U.S. Amateur Championship circuit. I believe David Singleton has been a top finisher as well. And Robert pockets that 8 ball, takes a 1-0 lead in this race to 7, and the referee will prepare for the next rack. And while he does that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship from Las Vegas. Welcome back to Pool Dog Arena in Las Vegas, continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship. Robert Hall at the table, following a break and run in the first rack. Got that 8 ball moving there a little bit, Ava, but not in the direction of the pocket. A lot of traffic on the right side.
Yeah, this is not going to be as quick of a run out as the last one. I'm not saying that David is not capable here, obviously, but it's a little bit more of a challenge, like you said, than the last rack.
David Singleton at the table now.
Wants those solids, considering where the 5-6 combo is. You can break up a lot of balls that way.
Going right to the jump cue. Again, jump cues are allowed here in the Masters Championship.
He may have to change his mind.
Strategy.
He may be able to jump it without the jump cue if it's only a little piece of it. Just elevate. Yeah, there you go. Like that.
Nicely
Nice
done.
shot. Drifted a little bit too far, but easy comment. Safety here. Just tuck it back in there, and that's going to be a challenging hit. Luckily, there's a lot of balls to choose from. You can go around 2 rails, I think. But tough to. This is just where you want to hit. A lot of times when you, especially players of this caliber, kicks, they actually have a plan. Maybe not make a ball, but they can play defense. But in this case, it's just a must hit. Remember, the table slides a lot. It still has not had a lot of play. And there it goes.
Be ball in hand, David.
Talk about it a lot, but when you're out here in Las Vegas, it's super dry. The lights have dried it up. The cushions are made of rubber, and when they have moisture in them, they really tend to go short and kind of bing a little bit when you hit them. But right here, there's no such thing. So you got to really shorten up your kicks, your banks. Nice hit. Unfortunately, the 5-3 tied up. And now he's in a bit of a tricky situation. He's going to just go ahead. Is he playing defense again? Yep. Nice shot. Beautiful shot.
Wow.
That rail first, little left spin. Got it behind there. An easier kick shot this time for Robert, but he doesn't really want to get that 10 out of there. He wants to make sure that he hits the 14 in the spot where he leaves this mess right here, or the table will be wide open for David. Well, he did what he planned to do, left that 10. Nice hit. David is looking to play the 4 off the 3 ball. That would not only make the 4, you want to hit about a third or less of it, about a quarter of the ball. That's going to also break up his trouble. Oh, he went for the, I didn't realize the 3 was dead. Well, that helped. And these teams have been playing for what? This is the day 4 for them, isn't it? I believe.
I'm trying to remember which day it is today, Ava. It's Thursday? That seems
It's
about right.
day.
I've
Something
lost
day.
track of the days. It is day 8 for me here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and I think we both are in the same situation. Oh, wow. He tried to go rail
Gonna
first
get a little
there.
lucky, though.
That
Nope.
was
All
a
right.
little surprising. I think he was as surprised as we were there, but opportunity for Robert here to extend his lead.
Just a reminder, they're going to play 5 games of 8-ball before they move to the 9-ball set. So very typical to see these guys like to start in the 8-ball set.
Absolutely. I would say about 8 out of 10 times the players will choose 8-ball to start with. Can make this 11 ball here. He's in good shape. Still has to contend with the 10 down at this end. 4 balls got that blocked. But he's got enough balls on the table where he can actually work around it a little bit. Gonna try to get to it as soon as possible. The good thing he's got going for him is the 12 ball will go off the 4. Sadly, oh boy. It slid right in there. here's where this trouble, he can avoid that by making that and also knocking that out of the way for the 10. So he's looking to get across the table now. He can go ahead and leave the 9 there or play the 9 in the side. Just got to hold the cue ball here. Uh-oh. Did he get all the way over? He did. Nice shot.
Just noticing how packed it is here in Pool Dog Arena, Ava. Once again, just about every seat full and a lot of folks standing on the sides, taking in this match.
Yeah, this is the buzz of the event. It's like, when is the Masters? When is the finals? Oh. Try to go rail first. I thought he would go right off of it, but what a chance for David to tie this up. Table looks awfully pretty right now. Came up a little bit short there of the draw, but rather that than getting too straight in, and the balls will draw real easily on this cloth, being brand new. Nice shot. Uh-oh. Oh, I think he got it. Nice smooth stroke.
Wow.
Again, stay down, go all the way through. These players, you never cinch a ball. I always tell people your eyes go on the object ball, your brain should be with the cue ball, so you don't put so much power. The ball is just in the way, kind of like golf. You don't worry about hitting it. It's in the way of your swing. It's the same thing in pool. You just decide when you stand up, get down, and just trust that you've already picked the right spot to aim.
David pockets that 8 ball and evens this match up at 1 game apiece. Again, it's a race to 7. And we will have continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship for you in just a few moments.
No way, he did it. He did it. Holy smokes, what a shot.
The 2 defeats the 9. David has beaten Goliath. All right, welcome back to Pool Dog Arena, continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship. David Singleton, who just tied this match at 1 game apiece with the break here. 3rd rack of the match.
Gets a lot of action on the balls again, and what a pretty table this turns out to be.
Pocketed a solid on the break.
Only problem I can see with the solids is the fact that the 9 ball is blocking that pocket. 4 ball is a bit of an issue, but he can make the 3, cheat the pocket, and draw back for the 4, I would think. In the same pocket. Hit that well. With the 2 ball being right here, I'm surprised. By side pocket, I'm surprised if he doesn't. Yeah, he's going to shoot the 4 now. Stop it on the 14. And one problem solved. Now he just got to deal with that one ball. Obviously, he can play position for a bank, but that's not something that you want to do. You always want to rather cut the ball any day than, especially with the table, he's not familiar with it yet, being that he just started playing. He can try to go into it now, knock it out a little bit, maybe be able to make the side pocket available. And that worked out pretty well. I think he's got it in the side. It's close. As we all know, the side pockets are not quite as friendly as the corner pockets, so he's looking to go ahead and play for the bank instead.
David Singleton and the Winning with Woodall team is out of the Orlando area. I believe they play in the Seminole County APA.
Decisions here. Playing for the bank. Or the severe cut into the side. Looks like he's going to go for the bank. Wants to get right about where his hand is. Oh, no. Kind of an in-betweener there. I hate these cross banks. Plus the cue ball's going to go down into traffic, so he's in a bit of a spot. See if he can get himself out of it. Nice shot.
Nice.
Is he going to get a shot on the 8? Yes, sir. Phew. These players at this level, they will not go into balls if the table is over under any circumstances, because now you're taking a chance of counting on a little bit of luck. So oh gosh.
Looked like David was going to break and run there, but fails to pocket the 8 in the corner. Robert Hall now to the table with an opportunity to run out the rack.
A little extra fortune here for Robert, the fact that it looks like the 15 is dead, that combo, so he doesn't have to worry about trying to figure out what to do with those two. Play the 14 ball next, I would think. Get that out of the way so he clears the last occupied pocket.
I feel like ever since I've known Robert, he's always played with those sunglasses up on his head when he shoots, you know, whether it's the pool player championships, the U.S. Amateur Championship, the Masters, always has those sunglasses on his head.
You know, it's funny when you said Robert Hall now going, he says, you know him, and I went, wait, what? And then as soon as I saw him walk in with the sunglasses on his head, I'm going, oh, it's, of course.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
I've known Robert for over 20 years, and he's always playing with the sunglasses on his head. Chance to run out here.
He's got such a nice tempo. Always looks calm and in control. I don't know how he feels, but
And you can see the skill of these Masters players. It's one small miss here or there, and it's a run out. So
yeah.
Robert pockets that 8, regains the lead 2-1. And he will have the break when we return here in just a few moments.
Hey, listen, I know that you don't play pool, but my league team is looking for someone tonight who's never played, so you're coming with. Great, I'll see you there. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey. Welcome.
Welcome back. I can't believe it. You did it. We're going to Vegas. Vegas, baby. Oh my.
And we are back with continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship from Pool Dog Arena in Las Vegas. Robert Hall of the team Alabama's Finest, leading 2-1 with the break here. 4th rack of the 8-ball set. Got that 8-ball moving.
Oh, sure did. And you could see from the overhead there that it is standing room only. This is probably, this and 8-ball tends to be the biggest, draw as far as the crowd in here where
Yes.
it's not a seat available.
Imagine we'll have a packed house again on Saturday. Of course, we still have 2 championships to be decided following the Masters. Masters is the 4th of the week. We have Jack and Jill doubles tomorrow. That'll be at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then we will cap off the event with the 9-ball World Championships on Saturday at 2 p.m. Again, all those times are Pacific Standard. For those of you on the East Coast, add 3 hours. David Singleton back at the table looking to take advantage of the dry break. Big shout out to our sponsors, Aramith Billiard Balls, Action Cues, Diamond Tables, and of course our friends at PoolDog.com, our presenting sponsor of all of our streaming coverage.
I have a feeling that David is looking for the angle. He's got it now where he can make the 3-ball in the corner pocket. Go back to the overhead. You can see it making the 3 and then spin across here and go into and deal with that 1. He's running out of time. Need to get to it always as soon as you possibly can. And he came up short. And all of a sudden it's advantage Robert in this because he's only got the 2 balls to deal with. He's going to have to either play perfect position to get down where he just pointed for the 1, or stop it right there or follow just a little bit, and he might be able to use the 4. I don't think he has the angle to do anything now. Just kind of hold it there, and he could put a lot of spin. Oh, he's going to play defense? Not sure. Oh, wow. He's playing the 1 ball in the corner. Phew. Do or die here in this rack. I have a feeling that instead of using the 4, he's probably leaving it there so that at least he's blocking a pocket were he to miss here. He makes it and he's out. All right.
Bring Robert Hall back to the table. Looking to extend his lead. If you are just joining us, you're watching coverage of the APA Masters Championship from here in Las Vegas. At the table, Robert Hall of Alabama's finest out of the Birmingham area.
You could see Robert there. Oh, wow. That surprised me to no end. I mean, obviously it surprised me he missed it, but that he chose to do that. He had all the balls left on the table to go down and deal with that. All he needed is a good angle to be able to spin around and knock that out of there. So I guess he definitely wanted to make that 4-ball. Still some work to do, though, being that the 14 is blocking the 1, so not all is lost here. I think it's going to be a serious slice here. He's looking, can I go off on the bank shot into the side? That's about the only 2 options he has. All right, and that has a kind of a feel to it that could have been the last time he steps to the table here, and Robert Hall taking the 3-1 advantage. Balls are wide open. The 1 ball did not rear its ugly head and block a pocket anywhere, so Robert's up to him now to do his job.
Guessing these two have squared off before at some point or another, both having played in the U.S. Amateur Championship circuit, both being from the southeast region of the country. I'm guessing these two have crossed paths before.
A lot of good players from the south. It was, I mean, California, southeast, Chicago. I mean, it's obviously from all over the country, but we have seen these guys here before, so. And some really, really good players in the tournament this year that did not make it. Good teams, strong teams. These guys battled them all down. Get these two, then probably the 12, and finish it up with a 13-8. Would be my guess. One thing about 8-ball, you always you don't want the cue ball to travel too much when it's open like this. Don't take too many chances. Get one section of balls off at a time. And he's sitting pretty good right here, Jason. There you go.
Robert pockets that 8 in the corner, takes a 3-1 lead. He will have the break in the final game of the 8-ball set when we return here in just a moment. right, we're back here at Pool Dog Arena for continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship. Robert Hall with the break. Looking to extend his lead.
Still breaking from the same side. Always gets a lot of action on that 8-ball. I believe he has every
One of
rack.
each.
I think either way he goes, I think the solids are looking like the way to go here for sure. There's nothing in a mess, nothing tied up. And this definitely looks like this last game of rack of 8-ball before we go into the 9-ball part. It's definitely going to belong to, it would really surprise me with Robert's talent here, the way the ball's landed if he does not run the table. Five, 7, 2, 1 would be my guess, and 8-ball is available as well.
Well, there's the 5. Next up is the 7, just as you predicted. Again, shout out to our friends at pooldog.com.
Really is going to draw this back to play in 2-ball on this side. Oh, he's just coming up for the corner. He's in good shape either way.
Two in the corner. One in the opposite corner.
Playing some pretty and solid game of pool right now. Beautiful.
Finishes it off with the 8, and he takes a commanding 4-1 lead in this race to 7. That was the final game of the 8-ball set. We will have the 9-ball set beginning when we return here in just a moment. And we are back at Pool Dog Arena, continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship, now in the 9-ball set. Robert Hall leading 4-1 in the race to 7. We'll have the break once again.
Important break here. It looks like he is running away with it, being ahead 4-1. Like you said, in a race to 7. But you know how quickly 9-ball can change things. But
Nice
that
break.
was a great break. Look at his cue ball control. Managed to make 2 balls on the break. Shot at the 1. And
Pocketed the 2 and the 3 on the break.
yeah, and the key shot here, obviously, is 1 to the 2. It might be able to come around this way, but it is kind of a fine touch there. That 6 and the 8, they're kind of looming large. And that slid so much.
Ooh.
And again, you know, this table's playing very differently than the ones in the big tournament room because they've been played on a lot. So they're going to go, the rails are going to react very differently. Again, not a lot of play on this table. The rails slide. That's why the pockets are more friendly, because even if you hit the rail, it's going to slide a little bit. And you saw there, he came up way short of where he wanted to go. So
Great chance for David Singleton now.
Huge opportunity here. Big swing.
Can not only cut into that lead, but then would have the break.
And again, I mean, with these Masters players, especially once you get to 9-ball, one miss and it could be the last shot that you make. Even though you could just be seated the rest of the time if they can get the break
Right.
going, you know.
David currently trailing by 3 games.
And he's making nice work of this. Inching closer. Pockets this 9 and he's going to be at 4-2 and right back in the game. Big difference. That's always a big kind of a switch point, you know, 5-1, 4-2. Every game is important, but that's both in the score and kind of mentally, that's a big turnaround.
All right, so after the scratch from Robert Hall, David Singleton takes advantage, trims Hall's lead to just 2, and we will have continuing coverage when we return in just a moment.
And this is really going to help your game tremendously and truly put you to the next skill level. Hey guys, I'm Fernando Kohler, also known as Venom. I'm a professional pool trick shot artist, but also a league operator for APA in Las Vegas. There we go. Thank you. This one is using actually 10 balls. So what exactly is a tangent? There's, in my opinion, 3 types of bridge: the closed bridge, the open bridge, and the rail bridge. We're gonna start with the closed bridge. Now, if you practice this, it's really gonna help you to go from a 2 to a 3. In this episode today, we're gonna cover how to go from a 3 to a 4. Let's get into it. The more you're gonna do it, see, as you can see, I touch sometimes a little bit of it. And 8, right? So to technically have 8 zone for 10 balls, so you have a little bit of room to spare. I really hope this was useful, and I cannot wait to see you for another video. Later, everybody.
And welcome back to the Westgate Casino, Las Vegas, home of the APA World Pool Championships. We are in Pool Dog Arena for the finals of the APA Masters Championship. David Singleton of the Winning with Woodall team out of the Orlando area of Florida with the break here. Second rack of the 9-ball set.
Another
Powerful.
Great break. Just parked that cue ball. Well, he got a little bit unlucky there. I think he still has a shot on the 2. Went from a perfect shot to still a very makeable one.
3 balls on the break.
See what he can do with the cue ball here. If he just cuts this in, it's going to run right into the 6. So we'll see if he's going to try to put some spin on it. 3's on the other side of the table. This is the key shot, and that worked out just beautifully. Perfect. And again, with the break that these guys have, and as well as they are been parking that cue ball, if they make a ball, Robert just has to hope he's going to get back to the table here.
Well, it's just like you said, once you sit down here in the Masters Championship, could be a while before you stand back up.
True story. Ooh, oh, oh. That's kind of perfect, isn't it?
David looking well on his way to a run out.
Yeah, they're both caught up on the speed here of this table. Got a few racks into it with the 8-ball. They're both comfortable. I believe he's going to just go ahead and he can follow this down and go up, or he can draw it back. Either way, in either pocket, he's good. Oh. It's a little, maybe a little tougher than it needed to be, but I think he's got this, Jason. Sure did.
Cuts the 9 in the corner.
Sure did.
Trails by only 1 rack now. We'll have more coverage of the APA Masters Championship in just a few moments. And welcome back to the Westgate, Las Vegas for coverage of the APA World Pool Championships. Tournament room there still in full swing as our focus here in Pool Dog Arena is squarely on the Masters Championship. David Singleton with the break, looking to tie this match up at 4 games apiece in the race to 7.
We lost the cue ball a little bit there, but no harm done, and
6
ball goes
falls.
in.
Can see
1
the
ball does pass. 2 ball is a little bit in a mess down there. I think he's going to go ahead and go all the way down. Just try to go 1 rail and all the way down is all I can see to try to...
I was wondering if he was going to look at the 1-9.
Well, 1-9 is a win. He's looking down over at the 2 ball going...
1-9 doesn't look so bad.
And it doesn't look so easy either. I got news for you.
Is he going for it here?
Yeah, he sure is.
The
And
1-9.
he hit it pretty sweet. Watch this cue ball, though. Hold on. No, it's going to stop. Nice shot. Nice shot. Nice confident shot on that combination. Like it was just a hanger straight in.
So David Singleton quickly ties this match up at 4 games apiece. We're going to stay right here as the referee prepares the next rack, and that is now 2 consecutive racks since Robert Hall has had a chance at the table, Ava.
And you know what? Either one of these players can put a 3-pack together from here. So
Yeah.
this is... break, obviously, is massive. Getting a shot afterwards. We haven't seen either player having to go into a push-out or defensive mode after the break. So if that can continue, Robert could be in trouble because both of these guys are just playing great.
Well, David's got his break working well. See if he can follow it up once again. Chance to take his first lead of the match now. Nine ball was moving.
Oh, there
but
goes that. Lost that cue ball.
Yep, scratches on the cue ball. Pocketed the 5. And Robert, happy to have a return to the table, I'm sure.
Nice little 1-8 combination lined up there. 2 ball is friendly enough to be on the same side of the table. No real key. Oh,
misses the
that was
1-8
careless.
combo.
Oh, wow.
That might loom large in this first match.
Oh, I have no doubt. Holy smokes. He's shaking his head. He knows that that was he just didn't pay attention, just kind of took it for granted, I believe.
Mm-mm-mm.
And then adjusted for position, but forgot to make sure that he aimed it right. So here it goes.
David grabs that extender for the end of his cue. Give him a little more length across the table. Again, the winner of this match will take home $10,000. Runner-up will take home $5,000. Not to mention the ultimate bragging rights.
Yeah. Big part of it. And the trophies. Let's not forget the trophies. You can't spend those. You can't waste that. And that's going to spin down, come down perfectly on the 4. Wow, that was really the first major mistake that we've seen. A couple of mistakes early, little tiny here and there, but nothing major. But that was pretty major.
Definitely
and Robert
costly,
knows it.
yep. Especially with the way David's breaking.
He's going to be forced to go to the opposite side and position that he wanted. So you can see there, just pointed it out. Came up short on his position, so should be no harm down. Just 1 rail across, or he can just dig into it a little bit and go 2 rails. Oh, he went reverse.
Watch
Oh,
out.
I'm surprised he did that.
All right, and a
Wow.
relieved Robert Hall is now back to the table.
That was a risky shot that did not work out. And I don't think Robert thought there was any chance he was going to get back to the table.
No, he's
after
got to be
missing that
thrilled
combo.
here.
Yeah.
Chance to finish out this rack, regain the lead, and then, of course, carry the break.
And only needing 2 once he makes this to win this first important match.
He pockets that 9 in the side. And he will have the break when we return here in just a few moments. This is Jonathan Neiman at the table, or as some have affectionately referred to him, the Mullet Man.
And he did tell me that he's going to cut it all off if he wins today.
Really?
So, oh, yeah.
And he's got it. Jonathan Neiman, Wilmington, North Carolina, your 8-ball classic champion in the red tier, folks.
How's my hair looking?
Your hair is looking good. In fact, I believe Ava and Jason were talking about it, that if you won, you were going to cut it.
I did say that. I did say that.
It's so worth it.
Welcome back to Pool Dog Arena for continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship. Robert Hall now leading 5-4 in this race to 7. He will have the break here.
that cue ball, but he did not make anything. Nothing went in. You see it's still spinning there, but if you look at this table, this is obviously the key shot of this whole thing. 2 ball being down here. Not sure if he can get through all this traffic. I mean, obviously this would be a normal kind of path to come, but can you get through there to get down to that 2? Or do you just try to go the safe route and come down here? He might be able to go straight down. No, he's going through this way and right into the 3. Play it safe here. Wants that to keep going. Nice touch. But I do think he left a sliver of the 2 ball here for Richard to hit. Robert, sorry. Did I say Richard? I did, didn't I? Robert, sorry. The referee's going to get close here to make sure that it's not a bad hit. That was a good hit. Is he going to get some love here? Yeah, not bad. Not a bad defensive shot, except he's left an opportunity for a much better one for Robert here. He's got the 2 blockers, the 7, the 8.
I haven't seen much defense in the 9-ball set. I
No.
don't know that we've seen any up
No.
until this rack.
They've just been playing great, both of them. A 9-ball on the 7-foot table is obviously an easier game than on a 9-foot table. On the other hand, 8-ball tends to be tougher on the 7-foot table because you got more traffic, less real estate to work with. Well, not what he wanted. 2 balls going to be easy to make, but getting down on the 3 is going to be the tester. I think he's going to go ahead and play rail first with a lot of right spin and take it this way and try to come down this side for the 3 ball. Oh, hit it way too thick. Way too thick. Nice touch. A lot of people think that these guys, it should just, they have a shot, they should run out, but they feel pressure just like anybody else.
Well, they typically do run out, but they do
Yeah.
occasionally make mistakes. Again,
The biggest thing is they've been in these kind of situations before, but still human. I don't care how good your game is. You still get nervous because, especially when you're up against somebody that is equally talented. Right? Oh, that didn't work. Not only does he have the shot on the 3 ball, but the 4 is kindly enough to be right here so he can make this 3. Stop on the 5. You just got to hope the 5 doesn't drag and get in the way. Nope, got out of there just fine. Uh-oh, too much draw. Holy smokes. Nice shot. And he does have the angle he needs to kind of drift up here to get on the 7, no problem. Well, the way these guys are playing, we wouldn't be surprised if it went to hill in
No,
this first
not at
match,
all.
huh?
Been a great back and forth battle between these two.
And this for David, these 2 balls for David to tie it up 5 games apiece. Obviously having the advantage of having the break. That surprised me a little bit that he went the 2 rails. Makeable 9, but much tougher than he would wanted. Ooh, nice shot. Nice shot. No problem there.
David Singleton cuts the 9 in the corner, ties this match up at 5 games apiece, and he will have the break when we return in just a moment. All right, welcome back to Pool Dog Arena. Continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship. David Singleton with the break here. 11th game of this match.
And he came up dry, nothing on the break, but what a lucky break that was. 4 ball helped him out. This is the Masters format. It's the only format we have where push out is allowed. You have to keep an eye on this. By hitting this side of the 1 ball, it would drift this over and possibly make this combo. So he doesn't want to go that direction. A real safe place to put. I think I would go ahead and try to push down. Push if he can get to it and just kind of bank the cue ball over in this area. Well, I think he's left an opportunity for a bank here. I don't see, very, very rare for top players to give the shot back. He's going to do it.
Right on cue.
Right on cue, you're right. You don't see that very often. Even when they push out for a jump shot, normally if it's a makeable jump shot, the player will take it. So He could go ahead and bank this and draw the cue ball back to try to land it. Send the one ball one direction, cue ball the other. Oh, he wanted the cue ball keep going. Oh, is he going to leave a combo here? I don't think so. The billiard, I don't think the billiard is available either. They're a little too close to each other. And he can't hit the correct side of the one, I don't believe. Well, that's so tempting. You hate when you can't get to it. It's like
he's looking at it.
Yeah. He's trying to see if there's any way to... I don't see it, but... we'll see if he can get this billiard going.
Oh, went for it.
Yeah.
No
I
reward
don't know
there,
that
though.
it was makeable, but...
And now a chance for Robert as things have opened up.
Yep.
Again, we're deadlocked at 5. This is a race to 7, so huge rack here.
Someone pointed out to me on our stream, once in a while we take a glance at that, and they were saying, I forgot about the USAM has push out, and that is true. I was thinking more of our standard APA events that we have out here in Las Vegas, and that we usually run league in, but you are correct. USM also has the push out.
U.S. Amateur Championship prelims right around the corner. Be in September.
That's right.
Top players there will advance to Orlando in November. Championship rounds.
For those of you hoping to qualify for Masters here, we have most of these teams have qualified through league play. Some areas are not large enough to have actual league, but the ones that do. But keep in mind that this event is no longer going to be held in August anymore. It is being moved to the April-May time frame with the singles, doubles.
With the pool player championships.
Yep.
Masters, ladies, Jack and Jill, all moving in 2025. It's weird to think next year is 2025.
I know. I know it.
Meanwhile, Robert Hall looking to regain the lead.
A little careless there again.
Yeah, he was up 4-1 at one point in this match.
It looks like he's going to have to go ahead and put some draw and spin and come around for the 9. No, he's going to try to make it straight. Let's take a little bit longer shot maybe on the 9. Nice shot. Beautiful shot he made there. Nice and steady. And somebody is on the hill. 6 games to 5 and a race to 7.
We'll see if Robert Hall can finish this match off when we return here in just a few moments.
No way, he did it. He did it. Holy smokes, what a shot.
The 2 defeats the 9. David has beaten Goliath. Welcome back to Pool Dog Arena. Continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship. Robert Hall now on the hill, leading 6-5. Needs just one more game to win this race to 7. Keep an eye on that 9 ball. There it is.
Oh, wow. You called it.
9 in the
You
corner.
called it, Jason. How about that? What did you see that none of us saw?
Robert Hall pockets the 9 in the corner. An exclamation point on this
Yeah.
first match.
The 9 hasn't even been close to going, and that was not a bad time. Normally, you're watching the cue ball. Make sure that stays on the table. But you called it. What a good match that was.
So Alabama's finest out of the Birmingham area takes a 1-0 lead in this race to 2. We are going to take a quick break as the teams decide which players they're going to put up next. We will have more coverage of the APA Masters Championship when we return in just a few moments.
Hey, listen, I know that you don't play pool, but my league team is looking for someone tonight who's never played, so you're coming with. Great, I'll see you there. Hi, guys.
Hey, how you doing? Hey,
Welcome.
meet you.
Welcome back. I can't believe it. You did it. We're going to Vegas. Vegas, baby. Oh my.
All right, welcome back to Pool Dog Arena for continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship. Second match here is going to feature Lance Ireland for Alabama's finest against Gregory Pugh Jr. for the winning with Woodall team. And it looks like Gregory will take the lag there.
And they're laughing because, again, they know this table is faster than what they've been playing on in the tournament arena. So just like we saw in the first match, they kind of overestimated how fast the table is, and they just barely got across the center line there, which is had them both laughing pretty good.
And we will once again start in the 8-ball set. Again, they will play 5 games of 8-ball, followed by up to 8 games of 9-ball, depending on how the score goes. And Alabama's finest took the first match. So if Lance Ireland can win this second match, Alabama's finest would be your Masters champions. Greg Pugh Jr. of the winning with Woodall team out of Orlando, Florida. They need to pick up this second match if we are to go to a third.
Again, we're starting with the game of 8-ball.
Yep. And Greg has opted to take the break, which means Lance selected the 8-ball set to begin. Cue
Oh,
ball
wow.
Off the table on the break.
Just came down on that cue ball on the break so that it was hopping when it hit the ball, and just Unfortunately, it wasn't happening on the way down. It was on the way up, so rough start there. But this table has a lot of work, regardless what you pick. We'll see what he's going to choose here. If he sees opportunities, he's going with the stripes, high balls. That's not what he wanted. He was kind of hoping to get on this 14 ball, I believe, but nice shot if he gets, oh, just barely. And he is in trouble already. What he could do here is shoot the 13 solid and then draw in and make this 2 ball. Yep. It's as good as safe as any right there. Tough to play defense here, considering the 13 being down on that end. And I think we can hit the 6. Way up. A lot of decision making here in this rack. And we started with 384 teams. 382 have been planning their trip home, unless they're playing Mini Manias right now, because these 2 are the last standing. And it's been an outstanding tournament. And it's funny, I've been watching, you know, we have 2 teams from Coastal Carolina that was here that I have been following and trying to watch as much as I could in Masters. Anywhere in the Masters room when these guys are playing, it's hard. You can't forget about finding a seat. You can't even find anywhere to stand.
Can't even get a vantage point, huh?
People love watching it. You know, best way to get better, one of the best ways besides practicing, is to watch great players. And it's such a joy to see these guys play. So standing room only in here. We've had packed house since they started.
Greg Pugh Jr. at the table for the Winning with Woodall team. And now another opportunity for Lance Ireland.
Lance is looking at a much friendlier table this time. This is one of those where it's up to him. The balls are there. The out is here. That's cue ball control. Avoid going into any of the balls. Got to find a pocket for that 10. I'm going to draw this straight back where the cue ball is, I would think. No. Oh, he's going to come down and play the 10 in the side. Oh, wow.
A little bit slower start to this first rack than we
Yeah.
saw most of the last match.
They're settling in. These guys are very capable of playing every bit as good as players in the other match, but they're still kind of first rack, kind of not jitters. Well, jitters too, probably, but once they settle in, you know we're going to be treated to a really good match.
I'd be curious to know if this is the set rotation that both of these teams have played most of the tournament, or if they adjust based on the outcome of the first match. Who win? If we win the first match, we go with so and so. If we lose, we go with so and so. I'm not sure, but
I think most of the Masters, more than anything else, I think a lot of teams do it, period. But I think in Masters they tend to keep the same rotation.
Okay.
Why mess with something if it works? A lot of times they try to have somebody kind of explosive in the beginning, and if they do win that one, now they're forcing the other team to put their best players up in the second match.
Well, and that's what I'm wondering. If you lose the first, do you adjust to make sure your top two?
If you lose your
play in the
first, you
match for
better get
sure,
your best player out there. Yeah. So the first match is always a big deal.
Greg Pugh Jr. looking to take the early lead here. And he pockets that 8 in the corner. Greg Pugh Jr., 1-0 lead. He will have the break when we return in just a moment. Welcome back to Pool Dog Arena for continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship. Greg Pugh Jr. of the Winning with Woodall team out of the Orlando area of Florida with the break. Dry break
right
with a lot of traffic. You heard a collective grunt throughout Pool Dog Arena here. On that.
That was an 8-ball grunt right there. Ball did not open up great, but it's interesting because you've got one cluster here with all solids, and you've got a cluster here with all the high balls. So
and that 8-ball sitting right there in the side pocket.
Yeah, yep. He's got to go with the stripes here. I can't imagine anything else. All these three are makeable. Yeah.
Second rack of the 8-ball set here. 5 games of 8-ball.
We always get the question about what state is not represented, that where there's no APA. There's only one, and that is North Dakota. So if you don't mind some chilly weather once in a while, you may want to go to North Dakota and start a league up there.
There you go.
There's
Just
one
waiting for the right
state
candidate.
available. Yeah.
What's the biggest city in North Dakota? I'm not even sure. You know your North Dakota geography? You thinking about it?
I'm not thinking about that at all, no.
I don't know much about North Dakota. I've never been there. Bismarck, North Dakota? Does that sound right?
Where's Fargo? Is Fargo in...
Fargo, North Dakota. I think
North
that's
Dakota,
North Dakota as well.
Yeah. Somebody will set us straight, I think.
Probably somebody from North Dakota.
how would we know? They may just throw something out there. We
Yeah.
don't know where they're from. Somebody said Fargo, but all right, this turned out to be awfully pretty after that mistake for Lance to walk in on. Solve that as pretty as you can solve it, and he's got this 8-ball to tie it up.
And as you said, Ava, Lance quickly tying this match at 1 game apiece. He will now have the break when we return here in just a moment. And welcome back to Pool Dog Arena in Las Vegas. Lance Ireland of Alabama's finest at the table. Just tied this match up at a game apiece moments ago.
And
Powerful
look at that
break.
8-ball fly.
Got the 1 on the break. A lot of traffic on the opposite side of the table, this rack.
Yeah. He's got a good shot here on the 7-3 combo to start it off.
Lance's Alabama's finest team is up 1-0 in terms of team match. They need one more victory. If Lance can win this match, they will be your Masters champions. Greg Pugh Jr. of the Winning with Woodall team looking to force a third and decisive match.
Well played. He's going to have to play another combo. It looks like. I don't think that 2-ball passes by the 7. If it's going to be close. 4-ball is his issue that he's peaked at about 3 times by now. Oh, how about that? How sweet was that move? Says, I'm just going to get to that 4 right now, and played that as well as you could.
Pockets the 4 in the corner.
Nice smooth stroke here just to get across to the other side of the table, and he should be home. Oh, he went 2. Oh, wow. Wow. That was, I guess you can call it an unforced error. And he's got a tough way to play defensive shot here. He's got 1 ball left besides the 8. And Lance has a smorgasbord of balls to play defense on. So big advantage to Lance here, unless there's some. I don't see a way for Pugh to make this ball. None of these options look like much fun. You know, you look around and go, is there anywhere on this table I would not want to be? Well, he's going to try to kick it in. All right, here we go, people. If anybody can do it, it's this guy. Not a terrible outcome. I'm not sure if Lance can make the 9-ball. If he can, then Greg's in trouble. But if he can't, he's just forced with the 11 ball down at the other end of the table.
$10,000 cash to the winner of this match. $5,000 to the runner-up. Greg Pugh Jr. pockets the 9 in the corner.
Playing for the combo.
And yes, for those that are asking in the comments, it is a $10,000 cash prize. We do give them a big check as well, but that's generally just for photography purposes, kind of a fun prop. They do get paid cash here on site.
The job then is to get out of here before you hit the tables.
Right.
Those other tables that are staring you in the face all the time when you're walking through the casino.
Casino has been a very busy place this week.
Yeah, you bet. Every place has been busy. The
Every place here
restaurants,
at
the casino.
Westgate, no doubt.
What did we say? 13,000? No, how many players did we say that total?
Almost 16,000.
Almost 16,000.
Yeah.
Plus spouses and boyfriends, girlfriends, other family members,
Folks that just
mini
come to play in
manias.
minis, yeah.
Yeah. So I would double that.
Greg trying to regain the lead. This is the third rack of the 8-ball set.
Smooth. Made nice work of this. Well run rack there, taking
Great.
advantage.
Greg Pugh Jr. regains the lead 2-1. And he will have the break when we return in just a moment.
And this is really going to help your game tremendously and truly put you to the next skill level. Hey guys, I'm Fernando Kohler, also known as Venom. I'm a professional pool trick shot artist, but also a league operator for APA in Las Vegas. There we go. Thank you. This one is using actually 10 balls. So what exactly is a tangent? There's, in my opinion, 3 types of bridge: the closed bridge, the open bridge, and the rail bridge. We're gonna start with the closed bridge. Now, if you practice this, it's really gonna help you to go from a 2 to a 3. In this episode today, we're gonna cover how to go from a 3 to a 4. Let's get into it.
The more you're gonna do it, see, as you can see, I touch sometimes a little bit of it.
And 8, right? So to technically have 8 zones for 10 balls, so you have a little bit room to spare. I really hope this was useful, and I cannot wait to see you for another video. Later, everybody.
And welcome back to the Westgate Las Vegas, host of the 2024 APA World Pool Championships. Here in Pool Dog Arena, Greg Pugh Jr. has regained the lead 2-1. He has the break here in this race to 7. Pockets the 6th ball, I believe, on the break.
Well, most balls stayed on one side of the table, and surprisingly, there's not a lot of major problems. On the table, it's fairly open. Just got to find that first shot on the solids. Looks like the 4 ball may be the only one, unless the 3 must go. The 3, I would think, goes.
Lance Ireland looking on, patiently waiting for another opportunity at the table, which sometimes in the Masters Championship can take a little while.
A nice shot. Slice that down the rail like it was nothing. Great chance here to get that 2 ball out of the way. Just tap this 5 into the side.
I know some folks have asked this, but you are not required to mark your pocket in the Masters Championship. We use the U.S. Amateur Championship rules in this match, so you can signal towards which pocket. As Greg Pugh Jr. studies the table here.
All right, Greg's decided to go to the 3 and get that out of the way first. You see the amount of players have been out here, just about 16,000 participants overall, 2,680 teams. All right, got in a spot to get rid of that 2. I think he'll try to, if more of a severe angle, I think, than he wanted, because he wanted to be able to make the 2 and then drift down off the 9 for the 4 ball. Because he wants to get pretty straight on the 4 to be able to get on to the 7 in the same pocket because of where the 15 is. All of a sudden, we're in trouble here. See what he's going to do. Try to get this 4-ball in front of the pocket. Oh, slide it behind the... Yeah, it doesn't matter what he does here. What a great chance for Lance Ireland to be able to step up and tie this match up. Or not. Oh, wow. It jumped up a little bit. I don't know if you could see it there, if that was on the screen, but he just kind of lifted his head up, shooting that 9-ball. Very surprising. And here's a combination available for Greg. 7-4 combo. Put a little low right on it. You can hold the cue ball somewhat down there and get it about where it is now.
And the 7-4 combo goes.
Still has some work to do to find a pocket for this 8-ball. He's going to have to go in with some left spin, I believe, and try to come up here, because both these side pocket and the other corner are both blocked. I have to put a lot of spin on this, I would think. Unless he's going into it. No. He spun it all right. It's still not over, though. Very makeable 8, but still not the 8 you want to have under the pressure. These guys are human. Nice shot. He took his time and really bear down there. Great shot. Held up to the pressure, and he's going to take a 3-1 lead in the race to 7.
And he will have the break in the final rack of the 8-ball set when we return here in just a moment. Jonathan Neiman at the table, or as some have affectionately referred to him, the Mullet Man.
And he did tell me that he's going to cut it all off if he wins today.
Really?
So, oh, yeah.
And he's got it. Jonathan Neiman, Wilmington, North Carolina, your 8-ball classic champion in the red tier, folks.
How's my hair looking?
Your hair is looking good. In fact, I believe Ava and Jason were talking about it, that if you won, you were going to cut it.
I did say that. I did say that.
It's worth it! It's so worth it!
Welcome back to Pool Dog Championship Arena. Greg Pugh Jr. has opened up a 3-1 lead in the second match of this Masters Championship. Final rack of the 8-ball set. 8-ball moving. It's a dry break.
And as it turns out, we saw this in the next to the last rack. You got all the Stripes just collecting in one area. Key here is for Lance to be able to find something to start with. Cue ball is way at the other end of the table. But believe he should be able to hit the 2 if he so chooses. Got himself in a bigger mess here. Slice this 4-ball in. And that is going to bring Mr. Pugh back to the table again.
Been a tough go for Lance Ireland the last couple racks. Just
Yeah.
can't get much going.
It's like you said earlier, there's a very different pace of this match than it was in the first match between Robert Hall and David Singleton. Sometimes the table dictates that, and sometimes players' style of play. So far, I think both of these guys have proven to be a little bit more deliberate than the first 2 players. Nice shot there on the 9. All right, 1 down. 12-ball on the side. I would guess here it's about all he's got. Unless he can make the 10. No, I think he's going with the 12. And that should put him in a pretty position here to take a possible 4-1 lead.
After this 8-ball rack, we will move to the 9-ball set. As these players again race to 7. Must-win match here for Winning with Woodall, a team out of the Orlando area of Florida. As Alabama's finest took the first match. Robert Hall capping it off with a 9 on the break to finish it.
Again, he came up a little bit short there for the combo he had planned on playing next. Wanted to be up just a few more inches. Now he's going to have to deal with this into the side pocket. Would love to come around here to where a little bit farther where you could shoot the 10-ball next. And nice shot. He's always got the billiard here. If he wants to shoot the billiard off the 11, and that's going to bring the 11 ball down on the rail where he can actually play that next if he wants to. He's looking at it. I think I would prefer that to the combo. The 10 ball is so straight and he is jacked up a little bit over the 3, so he can't do much with the cue ball. So we'll see what he picks. He changed his mind. He's going to go for the combo. Thin hit here. And it almost hung up, but now he's got bigger problems in the fact that the 8-ball is right here, so that's got that pocket blocked. He's almost straight in on this ball, and I'm not sure he can draw it. If he can get, because of where the 3-ball is, I'm not sure he can draw it back up. He's going to go for the combination. Doesn't have a choice. Nope. Kept getting a little bit more out of line as he went along. And that was a tough combo because the 13 ball was closer to the rail than the 11. So we'll see here if Lance can grab this very important game going into 9-ball. And he would have the break as well.
Lance jumped out of his seat here. Been itching to get back to the table, make something happen.
Okay, last little tester to go here. Earlier he missed a similar shot to this, so he's going to take his time, just make sure. Anytime that ball is frozen on the rail, you got to give it that extra respect. We've all been there, done that, so he's just going to take his time and zero in. He knows it's a big rack for him right now. That's all right. It kind of little hand gesture apology to his opponent. They got fortunate to have the cue ball get out of there. But everybody deserves a little break here and there, so no problem. And this to get with it in 1 and the break going into 9-ball.
All right, Lance Ireland pockets the 8, and as Ava said, pulls within 1 game of Greg Pugh Jr. He will have the break in the first rack of the 9-ball set when we return in just a moment.
No way. He did it. He did it. Holy smokes. What a shot.
The 2 defeats the 9. David has beaten Goliath. All right, we're back in Pool Dog Arena. Lance Ireland taking a last look at the rack. First game of the 9-ball set. And where will this match go from here, Ava?
Whoever can control that cue ball and make a ball.
Solid break there for Lance. 3 balls on the break. Let's see the one ball.
Anybody's game here. Tough cut, obviously, on the 1. Cue ball's going to want to feed straight down to the other side of the table into the 5 and 4. So you would like to avoid that. You don't want to baby this too much because the 1 is so far from the pocket. Need to hit it with a little bit of speed and pick your path. 2 hanging is helping, but there's still 4 balls on the table that can cause trouble here. So number 1 item would be to make this 1. Oh, he almost found the worst path possible.
Yeah.
He's
Cue ball
smiling.
rattles in that side pocket, but fortunately for Mr. Ireland, does not drop. Still looks to be in good shape on the 2.
Could have been trouble there, though, if that missed the side. He could have glanced down and got behind the 4 or 5 with the speed he was hitting it. So everything turned out roses on that one. And when things go your way, you know, you got to take advantage because tide turns very quickly. So I don't think anybody has ever won a tournament with a little luck without a little luck on their side.
Lance seems to favor a little bit quicker pace, too,
Yeah.
to shooting. So now that he's controlling the table, he's...
And this... Now we're being at 9, but oh wow, he came up. Well, he should be okay. Came up a little bit short. Can just spin it around, spin this in with some right. Come around 3 rails for the 9 in the same pocket.
Six in the side. And a chance to tie this match up at 3 games apiece. Nice break and run there for Lance Ireland, and we are tied at 3 games apiece in this race to 7. He will have the break when we return in just a moment. Welcome back to Pool Dog Arena, continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship. Lance Ireland back at the table.
I'm going to make sure nothing rolled off there. Last second, every once in a while. That can happen. He just wanted to double check the rack. All right, solid. Oh, 8 ball came and helped
Saved
him
the
last
day,
second.
didn't it?
Did it mess up the day after that? It's tight to see if he can make this 1 ball. If he can.
2 balls
He's
on the
gonna-
break.
He may have to curve it a little bit. You see him jack up. Put a little bit of right spin in it. That's going to feed him back towards the 2 also. Oh, no.
Cannot pocket the 1. Now an opportunity for Greg Pugh Jr., who had led 3 games to 1. This is a must-win match for he and his teammates.
I think Greg needs to hit this a little bit on the thick side to not scratch in the corner on the other side. So in the upper part of the pocket. Perfect. Hit that dead straight in, or overcut it a hair, and the cue ball will go straight into the opposite corner. Instead, he came around perfectly for the 2, and the tie just turned in Mr. Pugh's favor. Oh, well, not too bad. A little jacked up on this 7 ball, but that always makes the shot more difficult. In case you haven't played pool before, doesn't look like it should be a big deal, but we all know requires a shorter backstroke. It's very easy to add a little bit of spin on that cue ball, and you also can't get down and aim it as well as you do when you can have a level cue. So not a problem here. I saw that Allison Fisher was watching us. Hi, Allison.
The Allison Fisher?
Yes, Allison
Wow.
Fisher. My buddy in Charlotte, North Carolina. They have a tournament coming up next weekend, I believe, or the weekend after in Charleston, South Carolina, WPBA event. Fun that you tuned in to say hi, Allie.
She's still playing at the top of her game, too, isn't she?
She sure is.
Amazing.
Very
Amazing
proud of
talent.
her. All these young guns coming at her, and she was almost on her way out, and then she decided to rededicate herself, and she has an amazing, amazing career that is still going strong.
Yeah.
Not bad for the old lady. I'm older than
Yeah,
her,
I
so I
guess you
can
can
say
say
that.
that. I
Yeah,
would not
we pick on
dare.
each other all the time. So, all right, this to take the lead. You see a face of focus right there. Well done.
Greg Pugh Jr. regains the lead 4-3, and he will once again have the break when we return in just a moment. And welcome back to Pool Dog Arena in Las Vegas. Greg Pugh Jr. at the table for the Winning with Woodall team out of Florida. Greg has never trailed in this match.
Oh, that 9-ball is, oh boy.
Not quite.
I thought that was going straight in.
Instead, it's a dry break
Yeah.
and another opportunity for Lance Ireland now to...
And a great opportunity, too. You see with the 1, the 2, 3, 4, 9 combo. Possibly looking pretty sporty here for Lance. Love how Lance really stays down. He's only one time that he twitched. I think in the first or maybe the second or third rack. Other than that, both of these players just great fundamentals.
Lance has been playing catch-up for most of this match. Has not been able to take the lead.
All right. If he's straight in, I would think he's playing just to stop it right there, shoot the combo. If not, he's going to probably force it over. He might follow it down. We'll see what he prefers to do. Yeah, it's going to go just get a quick end to this rack. We have a tied ball game, people. 4-4.
Combo for Mr. Ireland, and as Ava said, all tied up at 4 games apiece in this race to 7. We'll have continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship when we return here in just a few moments.
Hey, listen, I know that you don't play pool, but my league team is looking for someone tonight who's never played, so you're coming with. Great, I'll see you there. Hi, guys.
Hey, how you doing? Hey,
Welcome back. I can't believe it. You did it. We're going to Vegas. Vegas, baby. Oh my.
And we are back here at Pool Dog Arena, Lance, Ireland. Once again with the break, studying the rack a little bit. Looking to take his first lead of the match.
He's breaking from almost in the center. I believe he changed his mind or changed it up. If the balls don't go, mix it up a little bit, move it to a different part of the table, but that did not work. Tricky rack here, though. The one ball is pretty much straight in, and he's on the rail, so he obviously can't do much with that. Just going to have to take his medicine, roll up, and take a tougher shot, I believe, on the 2. It looks like he is pretty much straight in. Yeah. So this shot on the 2 ball, he's got a chance with the 4 ball being where it is, with a bit of an angle. He should be able to go and break up the 8-5 later on. But for right now, still a tall order, long, funky angle here on this 2. Overcut it. Yes, he did.
Now an opportunity for Lance.
His turn to survey the table a little bit and see how to deal with that 5 ball. It's all about the angle from the 3 to the 4. What he's going to do there. Obviously, you can play a defensive shot. Well, I guess it was not all about that. He's still not just. Cue ball just died right there. So this angle now, he's going to have less choices. So we'll see what he comes up with. That was not it. And now, with ball in hand, to be able to deal with the 5. Big break there for Greg.
Each time it looks like Lance has the opportunity to
I
pull ahead,
know.
it just doesn't materialize. That's what I was saying earlier. He seems like he's always playing catch-up in this match.
And sometimes all it takes is one tiny little mistake, like the position from the 2 to the 3. And both players have made a few mistakes, not a lot. These guys have played a great match, both of them, all 4 that we have watched so far. But all it takes is letting your opponent to the table, and all of a sudden the whole match turns around. See if he can break him up there and get a shot. Oh, yeah, sweet. Perfect. Helped to have that ball in hand. But he played it really well, hit the correct side of the ball to be able to get a shot. All right, it's going to be playing. Can either roll this up with a lot of right, but I think he would prefer to play this with a little bit of center to low left instead of go dig 2 rails for position on the 7. Perfect. Like you said, it's been hard for Lance to take the lead. He gets close, tying it up. A little mistake or something weird happens, and this guy right here, Mr. Pugh, will take advantage.
Greg Pugh Jr. pockets the 9 in the side. Once again takes the lead, 5 games to 4 in this race to 7, and he will have the break when we return in just a moment. And welcome back to APA coverage of the Masters Championship presented by PoolDog.com. Greg Pugh Jr. at the table.
Solid break. Oh, last little bit of love on that 2 ball. It's amazing. You know, you can hit the best break in the world and you still got to count on luck. You know, you give yourself a chance by parking that cue ball in the center of the table to have a shot. But that could very easily have been a beautiful layout for Lance, and instead Greg has this to extend his lead. He's up 5-4, race to 7. And he needs to win this to stay alive, because if Lance pulls this out, his team of winning with Woodall would go ahead and... No, Alabama's finest. I'm sorry, Alabama's finest. We've got the players in opposite seats from where they normally are, so I get confused every once in a while. But Alabama's finest won the first match.
Should this match go 3 deep, I would assume we will see David Rowell from Alabama's finest. And from the Winning with Woodall team would either be Bobby Garza or Greg Woodall.
Got some 2 players left on the roster. There's 4 on each roster, and it's pretty interesting to me how some of these guys, I know that from the league in our area that we now run, some of these guys put a team together. They never play a match other than during league maybe, but they've put a Masters team together, convince them all they're the team organizers, because a lot of these good players, they don't want to deal with putting it all together and doing the paperwork and all that stuff. So often you see the captain not play at all
that may
in
be
Masters.
The case. Yeah, that may be the case here.
This right here to put Greg Pugh on the hill.
Pockets the 9 in the corner. Greg Pugh Jr. doing everything he can to force that 3rd and final match. We'll see if he can put this match away when we return here in just a couple of moments. And we are back here in Pool Dog Arena. Greg Pugh Jr. requests a slight adjustment to the rack there as he tries to put this match away, tie the team match at 1 game apiece. See some of the crowd here in Pool Dog Arena. A lot of spectators turned out today and stuck around. Just over 2 hours deep, almost 2.5 hours into this match.
Pretty quick first match. This one has been of a much slower pace. Not that players are necessarily slow, but it's been less open tables, especially in the 8-ball portion early on. So,
well, we saw Robert Hall finish off his first match with a 9 on the break. We'll see if Greg Pugh Jr. can get that 9-ball moving.
Well, I think half the room would agree with you that it would be a good idea. The other half, not so much. Lance is hoping he's going to get back to the table here. In any way, shape, or form, he'll take any shot at this point. Oh, that 9 was flirting with it again.
It's the 3 to drop.
3 got a little kick to get in there. Break, though, for Lance as far as his quest to getting back to the table. The fact that the 2-5 tied up. Is he going to try to draw it into him? That's kind of a lofty shot. Might want to go ahead and, well, let's see how risky he wants to go. There is the chance of shooting it down all the way down in the corner. Digging with some center right to come up and break him open, but that's incredibly offensive. Maybe he'll come just across the table and play the 2-5 combo. That's what he's going to do.
Pockets the one
Well
down
done.
in the corner.
Problem is he's got such an angle on this combo that holding the cue ball here is not going to be easy. 2 is pretty much going to stick right there, maybe come off the rail just a little bit. So he's going to have to go up and down, avoiding hitting the 4. There's a lot going on this shot, not just making the combo, but what shot do you get afterwards? Oh, he hit it just right to get it out of there, and it looks like a
2-9 combo.
2-9 combo, 2-9 billiard. I don't know which way he's going to go with it. Neither option is super easy with the angle he has, but he's going for the combo. Nice shot, and that puts it to 1 match apiece in this race to 2. We have
Greg
two more new players coming up.
Yep, Greg Pugh Jr. finishes that match with an exclamation point, 2-9 combo. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the 3rd and final match of this year's APA Masters Championship.
Hey, listen, I know that you don't play pool, but my league team is looking for someone tonight who's never played, so you're coming with. Great, I'll see you there. Hi, guys.
Hey, how you doing? Hey,
Welcome back. I can't believe it. You did it. We're going to Vegas. Vegas, baby. Oh my.
And welcome back to coverage of the APA Masters Championship presented by PoolDog.com. 3rd and final match of this year's Masters Championship will feature David Rowell for Alabama's Finest against Bobby Garza of the Winning with Woodall team.
And Bobby got a little spin on the 7 ball there. I mean, I do believe that's going to be always called a relag.
Well, definitely
That
the
looks
most
more
impressive
straight.
lags of the match thus far. I think that one's going to go Bobby's way.
Yeah.
Bobby will take the break, and I'm not sure. We'll see here. Did David say 9 ball?
I don't know. We can't see the.
It'd be a big surprise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, David did request 9 ball. So, generally, players tend to start in the 8 ball set. David Rowell has.
Well, it must have been
9 ball.
Bobby, though. I mean, David won the break.
Oh, Bobby won the lag.
I mean, the lag, yeah.
Interesting.
All right.
Well, I'm a little confused, but maybe Bobby opted for the 9 ball set. I thought I saw David mouth to the referee 9 ball.
We're going to have to start, miking these guys,
Yeah,
put some
right.
extra pressure on them.
Gonna need a censor button probably somewhere in there too.
Okay. It's tough when you can just sit and watch.
Referee preparing the rack. Appreciate all you folks tuning in to this coverage. This is the 4th of 6 championships to be decided this week at the APA World Pool Championships. All of our coverage brought to you by our friends at pooldog.com. Just over $1.3 million in prize money up for grabs this week. Nearly 16,000 participants. You see David Rowell there looking over the rack. Seems content. Okay, I was told that Garza won the lag and opted for 9 ball.
Okay.
Which would make sense since David is racking or breaking. It just threw me off because I thought I saw David mouth 9 ball, and
Well,
then it was
could have
9
been a
ball,
reply,
but maybe
I
he
guess.
was just confirming that it was 9 ball.
Right.
Either way, we are off and
Player's
running.
choice. See if he can. It looks like he's going to have a window to drift down here naturally to get position on the 2. Just got to watch out for the 7. Kind of looms large right there. Speed-wise, you got the speed just right. Get between them. Perfect. About as good as you can hit that. And with this angle, cue ball has a way of just dying. So you're better off going low spin than high. It could not get around that 7.
David is the 2000 U.S. Amateur Champion. Been playing at a very high level for a very long time. Well-known player throughout not only Alabama, but the Southeast region in general. He's been called upon to anchor his team here as they try to win their 2nd match in the Masters finale. Now we'll get a look at Bobby Garza.
I like the name Winning with Woodall. It's amazing that that even fits, because I know the only so many characters when you input names for teams. But it's a pretty cool name, Winning with Woodall.
Woodall is Greg Woodall, who captained the winning 8-ball team last year here at the World Pool Championships, member of the Party Animals, I believe their name was.
The Party Animals, yeah, I do remember that. Obviously, he does this captain thing pretty well.
Good captain, yeah. If Greg Woodall calls, you answer.
Yes, sir. Hit the rail, just barely. See if David can find a pocket here for the 3. Bank shot, side pocket, or does he go defensive? Nice shot there. Now what, though? Didn't gain much there with the 7-ball blocking that pocket. We'll see what he comes up with here. Drawing the cue ball back for the 6. If you're going to go offensively, it's about it. Unless he wants to go ahead and bank it in the corner, possibly. Combo on the 7. I mean, it's nothing looks really good idea, but that one was tough. Is he going to get away with it? Yeah, he did, a little bit.
Bobby Garza back at the table. Started the Masters Championship with 384 teams. These were your final 2 left standing.
Not the angle you want here. Being on the rail, he could end up having to shoot this shot and then another tough one after that on the 8. Yeah.
Rattles the 7-ball, and now David Rowell with a good opportunity to draw first blood. Runner-up of this match will take home $5,000. Of course, you pay out all the way down through the top 25% of the field. 2 third-place teams, each taking home $3,000. 4 fifth-place teams that took home $1,500, a little over $1,500, as David Rowell pockets the 9-ball. Takes an early 1-0 lead in this race to 7, and he will have the break when we return in just a moment. And we are back here at Pool Dog Arena, continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship, featuring Alabama's Finest out of Birmingham versus Winning with Woodall out of Orlando, Florida. Each team has won one match. We are in the third and final match. Big shout out to our sponsors, Aramith Billiard Balls, Action Cues, Diamond Tables, and of course our good friends at PoolDog.com. Nearly 300 diamond tables at this year's World Pool Championships. Playing on this beautiful white diamond here in Pool Dog Arena, the championship match.
It is awfully pretty. With the black diamonds out in the tournament room. Rooms plural.
Yeah, several
4
tournament
rooms, yeah.
One
Nice
on the
break.
side.
And he got a window. I do believe he did get a window. At least it looks like it. No, maybe not. Masters Championship, which is known as a Showdown Series event. Masters, ladies, wheelchair, doubles, Jack and Jill. Those events are all, it's called it part of the Showdown Series, as APA has grown, and league operators have kind of suggested different events besides your standard 8-ball and 9-ball 8-man teams. It's kind of grown. A few areas, I would say about half the areas have leagues in some of those, but many just designate a team. If there's a smaller area that doesn't have enough to run, let's say, Masters, where they feel like they're going to be able to have some kind of a chance to compete out here, or there's not enough top players that put a whole league together. And everything except for the Team Captain Championship is now not going to be held here in August anymore. Starting next year, it will be at the Pool Players Championship, the end of April, beginning of May.
Going to be a big shift next year as we find a way to accommodate all the growth in the various formats. Bobby Garza returns to the table, looking to even this match up at 1 game apiece. They will play 8 games of 9-ball before they move to the 8-ball set. This is a race to 7.
Can go ahead and just kind of slow roll this 3-ball into the rail and use the 5-8 as a blocker. Oh, not quite. He let him out there. Open shot on this 3-ball. He can definitely make it by spinning the cue ball a little bit, but I think he can make it clean. I'm going to come around here with a little spin. Wants to avoid the 6. Players just off just a hair. 2 really good players, but they haven't found the groove yet. And like we saw in the last match, sometimes it takes, and that's common both in pros and amateurs, you need a rack or so to kind of get your footing, get the feel of the table, the rails. They have not been able to practice on this table before they get out here and play. It's a good solid shot coming across there. And that was the key shot. In this rack, everything else is looking pretty here, Jason. Ooh, banked it in. He banked that one in. He's talking to himself a little bit. I've been guilty of that through my career. You get to a certain point, you're going, okay, Ava, come on, you got this.
David Rao looking to take a 2-0 lead in this race to 7. As he pockets the 7 in the corner. Eight in the side. And the 9 in the corner, and he takes the 2-0 lead. And we'll have the break yet again when we return here in just a few moments. And welcome back to Pool Dog Arena in Las Vegas, home of all of the championships at this year's APA World Pool Championships. Today, taking center stage is the APA Masters Championship, $10,000 cash prize on the line here. David Rowell at the table asks for a adjustment to the rack.
While they do that, you see the total payout here. Next year, there's so many new leagues that have opened around the country. New league operators have come in. Teams have joined that both here in the U.S., Canada, and now added Singapore, and we have had Japan play with us for a while. We're starting to have some growing pains. Well, we've had them before, where Bill Tufts and company has had to kind of try to figure out, okay, how do we move this around to where we can make it sense of it and not add days to people's schedule to be out here too long, and also have enough room to do these tournaments. That is why the move is with some of these Showdown Series events going to May.
Powerful break there.
Playing a little bit also. Wow.
3 balls on the break.
It's typical though. 3 balls go on the break and then you have this. Cue ball being on the other side. He may be able to make the 9 here. No, he can't. I thought that he could see more of the 2. I don't think he can. If 2 ball was over here, it'd be a little, I mean, it could be a little bit different, but from there, I don't think he can. He'd have to hit straight on it with a just to tons of kind of right and center to pound it over. I think he's going to go ahead and try to hide the cue ball behind the 4 instead. Not too shabby. I think the jump cue may come out here.
Bobby Garza looking the table over. As Ava predicted, he has grabbed that jump cue. Reminder, jump cues are allowed in the Masters format as well as the U.S. Amateur Championship format.
Nice shot.
Well
the
executed.
Crowd's delight.
Yep, pockets the 2 in the corner.
Job not done, though. Still has to come with this 3-ball down the rail. Beauty of that is cue ball should go across with the right speed. He should have a perfect shot on the 4. Sounds easy, doesn't it? Just got to look out for that 9-ball. Just 1 rail across. Oh, yeah, beautiful. All right, here's that necessary 9-ball that Bobby chose 9-ball, and he's down 2-0, so he really needed to get on the board here.
And Bobby is on the board now, trails by just 1 game in this race to 7, and he will have his first break of the match when we return here in just a few moments.
And this is really going to help your game tremendously and truly put you to the next skill level. Hey guys, I'm Fernando Kohler, also known as Venom. I'm a professional pool trick shot artist, but also a league operator for APA in Las Vegas. There we go. Thank you. This one is using actually 10 balls. So what exactly is a tangent? There's, in my opinion, 3 types of bridge: the closed bridge, the open bridge, and the rail bridge. We're gonna start with the closed bridge. Now if you practice this, it's really gonna help you to go from a 2 to a 3. In this episode today, we're gonna cover how to go from a 3 to a 4. Let's get into it.
The more you're going to do it, see, as you can see, I touch sometimes a little bit of it.
And 8, right? So to technically have 8 zones for 10 balls, so you have a little bit room to spare. I really hope this was useful, and I cannot wait to see you for another video. Later, everybody.
Welcome back to Pool Dog Arena, continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship. Bobby Garza now at the table, trailing by 1 game in this race to 7. Taking a look at the rack. Seems satisfied. This will be his first break of the match.
He's coming with a side break. Oh, drew it straight into the side.
Pocketed the 1 and the 7, but also scratched.
One and 7 stays down. Clears the table up. Nice way to start a rack there with ball in hand. And 2 balls gone already.
He's got that 3-9.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go for that. He wants to go on the other side.
Okay.
It's quote unquote, you know, I don't want to say easier, very makeable out. You don't want to risk it going for a tougher combo. So for these guys, unless it's an unforced error, he knows he's the favorite to run out here. All right. That was about the last little tiny issue he had there, but this is looking nice now. To extend David's lead from 2-1, 3-1. As we're getting closer to going into the 8 ball, they decided in this match to start with 9. I should say Bobby did, from what we were told.
Yeah, which is a little unconventional, if you will.
Yeah, it's just more common that players tend to, you know, even give up the break and just start with 8 ball. Especially when it's a new table you're not familiar with. As in this situation, then you tend to want to start with 8 ball where you have a little bit more chance to play around. Yeah, get in stroke and feel the speed of the table and how the rails work and settle your nerves a little bit.
No nerves for David Rao.
No,
as he
no.
extends his lead to 3 games to 1 in this race to 7, and he will have the break when we return in just a moment. Jonathan Neiman at the table, or as some have affectionately referred to him, the Mullet Man.
And he did tell me that he's going to cut it all off if he wins today.
Really?
So, oh, yeah.
And he's got it. Jonathan Neiman, Wilmington, North Carolina, your 8-ball classic champion in the red tier, folks.
How's my hair looking?
Your hair is looking good. In fact, I believe Ava and Jason were talking about it, that if you won, you were going to cut it.
I did say that. I did say that.
It's so worth it.
All right, welcome back to Pool Dog Arena. David Rao of Alabama's finest with a 3-1 lead. And he has the break once again, inching ever closer to that magic number of 7. Been an outstanding match thus far, Ava.
It really has. All the 3, or I should say,
Another
matches
scratch
we've
on the
seen.
break,
Oh,
though.
wow. And check that out. Everything is on one side of the table. What an interesting break that turned out to be.
Pockets 2 balls, but also scratches. So an opportunity for Bobby perhaps to run out and pull within 1 game again.
Okay, he's got really sweet layout here. He's got 1 key shot he's going to be looking at, and that is getting over here for the 6 ball. So the plans are starting already. The 6, I don't think that passes by the 7. I could be wrong. It's tough for us to see. Only players know. If it does pass, he's in good shape.
3 in the corner for Bobby.
That was very well done, just perfect. Oh, he didn't. Oh, wow. Spun it, but didn't just quite enough get through the stroke all the way. And that pushes the cue ball a little bit. Happens if you don't really hit it with a little bit of authority. I know you had to hit it softly, but wow. What a break here for David Rowell. And he's about to bring Alabama's finest up 3 games right here.
But David Rowell takes advantage of the unforced error by Bobby Garza, extends his lead to 4 games to 1, and he will have the break once again when we return in just a moment.
No way, he did it. He did it. Holy smokes, what a shot.
The 2 defeats the 9. David has beaten Goliath. And we are back here at Pool Dog Arena, continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship. David Rowell inspecting the rack. Breaking yet again. Scratched on his last break.
Oh, that was on its way into the side too. Just got saved last second by the 3 ball. Then the 3 ball went and caused trouble down at this end of the table right here instead.
2 balls on the break.
I'm pretty sure I would want to push out here. Trying to hit this 1 ball thin from that distance. I would just push the cue ball over somewhere on this side of the table right here. From there, I think I would have to give it back.
And
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah. Because
David
I don't
looks
want
a
to.
little disappointed.
Yeah, darn it.
believe that's only the second push out we've seen in this match. I know we had one in the first match with Robert and
Yeah.
David Singleton.
He pushed out to a tough spot. Yeah, that's what happens right there, because to hit it thin enough, that's why if you were on the other side of the table, you can actually hit the 1 and it's going to automatically stop on the 3. But to hit it, you don't want to miss the whole ball, obviously, and he just hit it too thick, so. Which is why Bobby gave it back. Ooh.
Pockets the 1 in the corner. This is the 6th game of the 9-ball set. We'll have 2 more racks of 9-ball before we switch to 8. This is a race to 7. David Rao leading 4-1 over Bobby Garza.
It's pretty important rack for Bobby right here. Not to let this match get out of hand, and we've saw that in the last 2 matches prior to this. We were also both times in a 4-1 situation, and the losing player was able to grab that and make it 4-2 instead of the uncomfortable 5-1. Oh, wow, Bobby.
Well,
He's spinning. He's not coming through straight with his arm on the stroke. Wow.
another unforced error for Bobby Garza. And another opportunity for David Rowell to try to finish out the rack and extend that lead.
This is not a hanger by any means, though. It's a tough one. Nice shot there by David Rowell. How about it? How did they hit it? Some love from the crowd there. All right, only job left here is not to come up short behind that 9-ball. He can go ahead and try to draw it in between them, or he can just hit some right spin and go 2 rails. And again, well done. It's going to be jacked up a little bit on the 8-ball, but I think he's got this. Okay, a little bit of low. He moved the 9-ball a little bit.
Referee makes the adjustment.
All right. It's not where you wanted to be, but he handled the last tough shot with precision. See if he's got this. Nice shot, David.
And David Rowell
Nice shot, David.
takes a 5-1 lead. Needs just 2 more games. And he'll have the chance to pick up another when we return from the quick break. here in Las Vegas, Pool Dog Arena, continuing coverage of the APA Masters Championship. David Rao has opened up a 5-1 lead in a race to 7 as he asks for a slight adjustment to the rack. Now, Ava, Bobby won the lag, opted to start in the 9-ball set, but at this point, got to kind of question that decision.
Sure he is too. But who knows? I mean, obviously this team is here. This team been playing jam up both of these, rosters. Bobby may just be really nervous.
Couple of unforced errors.
A couple of unforced errors, that I don't think was expected necessarily by him or his team or his friends that don't know how he plays, because obviously he's a great player. But all it takes is feeling a little pressure or feeling off just a little bit. And once you do it once, it's hard to just let it go and forget about it and move to the next play. Big part. 1-9 combo. Gotta go. Look where that 2-ball is. You gotta go here, Bobby.
He doesn't look thrilled about the
Well,
opportunity.
you see where this 2-ball is. It's guided by the 8. But he should be pretty happy there that he's got that combo opportunity. I know it's not easy, but you gotta go here. Oh, so close. Nice try.
Didn't do David any favors.
No.
With the position of that 1 ball.
Looks like he's got to go 2 rails down at the bottom cushion into the side. Put a little spin on it here. 3-ball.
Good hit and got the 3-ball to go.
Oh, 9-ball almost went. 9-ball got a little extra little push there. And I do believe David's got a good angle to get over here on the 2-ball. 4 is right there. 5-9 combo. Oh yeah, nice spin. You can see the spin on the cue ball there. And this could put David on the hill very easily here. Okay, he's pretty straight, but he doesn't have to get too cute on position on this 5-9 combo. So he's just going to leave it up there. Slight overcut on the 5, and he is going to be on the hill, guys. Still being in 9-ball. Not played a game of 8-ball yet. There you go.
Combination goes, and David Rowell now leading 6-1. Needs just 1 more game to clinch the championship for Alabama's finest, and he will have the break when we return. Welcome back to Pool Dog Arena as we inch ever closer to a conclusion of this year's APA Masters Championship. David Rao leading 6-1, needs just one final rack. All eyes will be on the 9-ball here in this break.
Oh, it's heading towards that corner.
Certainly got it moving.
And you know what?
Did pocket the 1. Two
What do you do
combo?
here? What do you do here? Well, he's got a kind of a two-way shot. I mean, if it goes in the side, he's going to try to make it in the side. There's no question about that. But if not, it's going to say he can shoot the combo and a billiard on the 2-8 as well. It can, I don't know. I think he's going to make it in the side if it goes. No. He's going. He's going.
Not quite.
No, but he tied it up. Hey, lucky dog.
That one brought back memories.
Kind of gave a little look there too, huh?
Brought back memories to the 2018 Moscone Cup with SVB.
Oh, that's right.
Was that a 1-9 or a 2-9 combo to finish that one? I was there in London for that one. Kind of reminded me of that.
That's great. Yeah, sometimes you got to go.
Easier decision when you're up 6-1.
No kidding. And he got a little fortunate, like I said, with that 5-ball tying up with a 9. And Bobby got short on this position where he wanted more of a straight angle right about in here, so he could have made, oops, that was a nice line, and then gone up and broke those open, especially with the 4-ball sitting in right in the pocket. But that is not going to happen from where he is right now.
Certainly has his work cut out for him, not just with this rack, but if he is going to mount a comeback.
Well, comeback's got to start somewhere,
That's
right?
right. What's
Never
that
give
old
up.
saying? The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step.
That's right. It's a whole bunch of those. Never give up. Mr. Valvano said that, and it's never over. Till it's over, there's another one. Boy, there's a whole slew of them.
We got all kinds of cliches.
That worked. Well, it almost worked out. Easy. Well, I don't know if it... Yeah, it should be an easy defensive shot here.
This will be the last rack of the 9-ball set, one way or another.
I was going to say easy defensive shot, but that is if the 5-ball was not frozen to the 9, but apparently it is, the way he's looking at it. Shaking his head. Yeah. I don't even know if he can hit this 5 without touching the 9 and coming through and leaving the cue ball. Just force it forward a little bit. No, I guess not.
Again, if you're just tuning in, we are tied at 1 match apiece. Alabama's Finest has won. The Winning with Woodall team out of Orlando, Florida has won. This is the 3rd and final match. David Rao leading 6-1. Needs just one more game to put this match away.
If we can look overhead again, I'm looking at this 9-ball. I don't think he can. But all he has to really do, can he make the 9? He's going to have to put a lot of low on it. This could be it. Oh,
Just
forgot to
couldn't
hit
get
it.
enough. Just couldn't
He
get
jabbed
enough.
at it. He had it, though. Yeah, it was tough for us to see here, and it took for him forever to decide if he thought it was going to go, and he finally chose to go ahead with it and just jabbed it a little bit and didn't make it to the pocket. So we'll see if Bobby can play this. Just hit it off center and drift the cue ball straight into it. Nope. Oh,
Does have
that'll.
the 5 to go, though.
Hey, more ways to skin a cat. This is one of those tough ones where you're flirting with the scratch in the corner pocket and having to jack up instead to avoid that. Makes the shot a little bit tougher, obviously. And open shot here for David. 8-ball being up here gives Bobby a bit of a chance.
Four balls away from victory.
I don't know if he's trying to go into the 8 here to get it off the rail. Is that what he was looking at? No. That's kind of a tall order. Not the perfect position here on the 7.
Been very impressed with
wanted
how calm David has been throughout this match. No, not a lot of mistakes on his part.
No, he does look.
Been very solid.
He wants to go across and play. Oh, wow.
And just as I say that, we see a window of opportunity open for Bobby Garza.
He was a little careless on the 6 to the 7, which resulted in that shot because he wanted to be up on that end and play the combo 8-9. It's the same thing now for Bobby. He wants to be up on that end of the table too, but he's even closer to the rail than he was on the last time he was at the table.
A little.
He
little
needed
luck
some
goes
loving
Bobby's
right
way,
there. Yeah. Things have not really been going Bobby's way this match today, so.
Well, we may get to the 8-ball set after all. That 7-ball drops in the side. See if he can follow it in with the 8.
You got
No
it.
problem.
We're going to 8-ball, baby.
With the help of a little luck, Bobby Garza staves off elimination, forces this match to the 8-ball set, and he will have the break when we return here in just a few moments.
Hey, listen, I know that you don't play pool, but my league team is looking for someone tonight who's never played, so you're coming with. Great, I'll see you there. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey. Meet you.
Welcome back. I can't believe it. You did it. We're going to Vegas. Vegas, baby. Oh my.
And we're back. Bobby Garza somehow got through that last rack, and now he is up at bat in our first game of 8-ball. He's going to break the balls here. Down 6 games to 2. Race to 7. Winner here will determine the entire match. And will it be Alabama or Florida that's going to take it home? Not the best of ways for him to start out there, given ball in hand. The plus is that it's a nasty mess on that side of the table, so this could turn out to be a bit of a cat and mouse game here. I was going to see what he picks. Neither pick is the right or the wrong pick. It's all a mess down there, so we'll see what he decides on. That could be one of those, where I don't really want this. I don't like the layout. I don't know which way to go, so you don't totally 100% commit. As well as he has been pocketing balls, sometimes that gets into your mind where you just go, I don't want this. You go ahead, subconsciously. All right. Ooh, that might change things right there. Doesn't seem like a big deal, none of it, and all of a sudden the table kind of opened up. David's got a shot at the 7. He can pick the 6. The 4 and the 2 just opened up. The 5 ball will have a pocket as soon as the 6 is gone. I mean, all of a sudden, he's going to double check to see if it's still open. You got to go with the solids here, I would think. All right, it was an open table, so he's going to go ahead and play the combo. You're allowed to do that on the very first shot. Just can't use the 8. Other than that, you can use any ball to pocket 1, and now he does have the solids, and you can see it looks pretty nice down there. I would think this would be nice, just making this combination here and having the cue ball drift down. Just knock that 1 a little bit. We would have a better shot. I don't think the 1 goes clear, so that would help out things a lot. And he's got the perfect angle for it, too. The 5 should sit in the corner pocket if he hits it nice and head on. So he's pretty much guaranteed a shot. Oh, did he hit it hard enough? He did, I think. He's checking that 3 ball if it passes by the 1. That would be pretty major if it didn't, and major if it doesn't either, because that changes quite a bit.
David doing some calisthenics the last couple racks, getting up on the table and down. And
It's so fun to see him play because when I first started playing, the game was all about straight pool. There was nobody played hardly much nine ball. It was amateur game was 8 ball, but for pros it was all about straight pool, 14.1. And most players, you weren't shooting tough shots all the time like you are now, 9 ball or 10 ball or whatever it is. So a lot of players stood up higher. The old timers, Irving Crane and Joe Ball says. Fats, of course, but I think that was for different reasons. And then you had, Mosconi, of course. They didn't stand up quite as high as you think they did because a lot of pictures you've seen of them have been promo photos,
right,
where you stand up a little bit higher, but they definitely didn't get done like we all have done since 9 ball became the game, where you want that line of aim and go all the way down.
okay.
He
Bobby Garza back to the table.
obviously was able to make that 3 balls, so he's trying to figure out where's the worst place I could put Bobby, and I guess that's what he came up with.
The pace of this match certainly has slowed down.
Yes.
Anytime you start with the 9 ball set and shift to 8, bound to happen. This match got underway at 1 p.m. Pacific, so we are about 3.5 hours in.
It's pretty much right on track for what these matches normally take. It depends, obviously, how close they are, but for a while there, it was looking like we were going to have 3 hill matches. We were really saw that coming. Nice shot there by Bobby. All right, it's pretty open here. 3 ball is causing some concern for Bobby. Blocking that one pocket. He needs to get the cue ball down here in this area ASAP so he can get 15 and 11 taken care of. He's on the wrong side of the 10 right now to do so, but trying to find his spot to get on the 14 where he's going to be able to do that, I guess.
Bobby being very deliberate at this point. No margin for error at this point in the match.
Nope. That's nice speed. Going to be forced to shoot the 15 here. I would think. Jacked up over the 7. That's not easy. It's not going to gain much by shooting the 11 here. I don't think even, if you look at it, I'm not even sure that this is makeable. I mean, off the 3 into the corner pocket. If you can make it 15 there, I mean the 11 up table, then 13 you can shoot that 15 off the rail, carom off the 3, but only Bobby knows there. That's down in the pit. Nice shot. Beautiful.
Get a good look at the main tournament room where the 9-ball World Championships is still in full swing. We also have the Jack and Jill doubles, which started today. Of course, Mini Mania. Still a lot of pool playing going on here at the Westgate, Las Vegas. All eyes this afternoon, though, are on Pool Dog Arena. Highly anticipated Masters Championship.
All right. Let's see if he can pull this off to get to this 3rd one in. Nice shot. Bobby Garza not giving up. I like it.
Bobby Garza pockets
Right.
the 8 in the corner. Takes the first game of the 8-ball set. He will
And this is really going to help your game tremendously and truly put you to the next skill level. Hey guys, I'm Fernando Kohler, also known as Venom. I'm a professional pool trick shot artist, but also a league operator for APA in Las Vegas. There we go.
Thank you.
This one is using actually 10 balls. So what exactly is a tangent? There's, in my opinion, three types of bridge: the closed bridge, the open bridge, and the rail bridge. We're gonna start with the closed bridge. Now, if you practice this, it's really gonna help you to go from a 2 to a 3. In this episode today, we're gonna cover how to go from a 3 to a 4. Let's get into it.
The more you're gonna do it, see, as you can see, I touch sometimes a little bit of it.
And 8, right? So to technically have 8 zones for 10 balls, so you have a little bit room to spare. I really hope this was useful, and I cannot wait to see you for another video. Later, everybody.
All right, we're back at it here in Las Vegas, Pool Dog Arena, site of the Masters Championship this afternoon. Bobby Garza at the table, trailing by 3 games. Looking to mount an improbable comeback. Pocketed the 7 on the break.
It's not a really bad situation here. If he can make this 1 in the side, then he's got the 4 to use for a combination on that 3 ball right there. The 5's going to end up with a potential pocket, the 6. I mean, it looks kind of messy, but being that he has no choice but to choose, it's not that bad. It's doable. See if that's what he's going to do here. Got to start with that. I think he came up short. All he needs to do is be able to get a hit on it, and it should work, but he's got the 5-3 combo, but you don't want that one. You don't want that because then you still have the 4 and the 6 kind of in a spot. So, but sometimes you got to take what you got. Well, you can go into him now. That's much riskier. You could end up with no shot here. By making the 5, just putting a little bit of left spin as long as he avoids the 11, he could do that. He's looking at the 6 right now, but I don't think that's got a pocket. So a little bit of work left. All it takes is being out of line by about an inch sometimes, and you guys know how that works. Can go downhill from there, and you just get a tougher and tougher shot as you go along. That was the shot there. Got the 4-ball in trouble, though. He did break them open. He's almost in a worse situation. He is in a worse situation now because, as you see, the 2-ball has no pocket, and neither does the 4, other than potential bank. So he's got a lot of work left to do here. This may be the time to go into defense because his odds of running out here are pretty slim. So you don't want to run all your balls off and then all of a sudden huge advantage for David when he does get to the table if you don't get out. It would be pretty incredible if he got lucky enough to get a shot at the 2 in the corner. It still would not solve the 4-ball, but at least he would have some kind of a bank at it since he's going for the run out anyway. All right, we'll see what he's got planned out here.
An opportunity for David Rowell now.
And David, who is on the hill, so every chance he stepped to the table, it could be over. And Bobby knew that. That's why he's fought so hard the last rack in this one to try to avoid having just that happen.
David led 6-1. Bobby has come back to win the last 2 games. He's done a nice job staving off elimination for he and his team.
I like his demeanor at the table. He's very kind of matter of fact, very calm looking throughout the whole match. And right now this is, we hit that firm. Well, he's decided to go for this combo first. I figured he would play the 15 and then the combo. Just put a little right spin on this, I guess, and come back for the 15 now. Nice shot.
David Rowell now 3 balls away from victory.
Somebody's starting to hum. They may not be all out. She may not be all out singing at this point, but she's definitely humming these 3 balls.
Two balls away from victory.
Uh-oh. It's never over till it's over.
Now just the 8
Oh,
ball
he's okay.
remains.
Look, I was afraid. It's happened so many times. You got all that space on the table, and somebody draws it a little too much, and it freezes up on the 8. So, but this should work.
8 ball for the win.
There it is.
8-ball falls. And Alabama's finest are your 2024 APA Masters champions. Folks back in Birmingham, no doubt, celebrating the victory.
Got to give it to Bobby Garza. He was not going to give up. He fought and fought. Things just didn't go his way. But what a match overall.
Let's see if we can get
all
a word
players.
in with the newest champions.
I'm going to hand somebody a microphone.
Check, check.
Congratulations on winning the 2024 Masters Championships. Tell me, how do you guys feel to be champions right now?
Excited. Hungry. We're going to get some steak
excited.
dinner in a minute. Yeah.
You guys went 1-1, and then in the last match and stuff, it came down to that last 9-ball rack that you were shooting. You had a combo on the 9. Tell me about what was going through your head when.
Well, I figured I could shoot the 9-ball, and I was going to try to play safe behind this ball, but I hit it so thin that it flew around. I figured I could get safe and shoot at it.
To go back and forth like that, and then it came into the 8-ball racks after that. But you guys kept pretty good lead, and you guys came out on top. And you had a pretty good following and a crowd back here cheering for you guys. Do you have anything to say to those that are watching at home?
Oh, all the help we had, boy, we had a ton of people watching. We appreciate everybody, and everybody that cheered for us, pulled us along. And for my wife, my honey.
My honey.
Well, has anybody else got anything to say?
Yes, he does.
No, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been cheering for us and rooting for us, and especially my wife and my son. They've been troopers sitting out here all day for the last 3 or 4 days. I know it's rough, but thank y'all.
All right, again, you guys, you had something to say?
Well, I will say the same. Thanks to the wife and all of the support back at home. Phone's been blowing up this whole weekend, or whole week. Thanks to everybody, especially all of you guys around here.
Again, congratulations on winning. You have one thing to say as well?
Last thing,
Yeah, okay.
thank you to my teammates. They're awesome. You know, we have ups and downs. You know, I did not even put my pool stick together. They did it all. I just managed them. You know, of course, thank you to the fans from Alabama. You know, all the wives, everybody, and the APA. You know, you guys are awesome. And we try to do it again next year.
We're looking forward to seeing you guys back here.
Thank you.
I want to say something. I want to thank y'all guys. Y'all guys played great.
Oh yes.
We watched y'all play a couple of matches. Y'all played really good.
Awesome. Well,
Thank you.
congratulations again, you guys. I'm going to send this back to Ava and Jason.
Some smart gentlemen there making sure they thank the wives,
True
right?
story.
Ava? Happy
Very smart.
wife, happy life. So congratulations to our new Masters champions, Alabama's finest out of Birmingham. They are taking home that $10,000 first place prize. Folks, we appreciate you tuning in to today's coverage of the APA World Pool Championships. Again, thanks again to our friends at pooldog.com for their support. And we will be back tomorrow with the finals of the Jack and Jill Doubles Championship. That starts at 5 p.m. Pacific time. We hope to see you then. On behalf of all of us at the APA, thank you for tuning in.